Fox News. Breaking news.
Tonight, a Democrat congresswoman didn't wait for the gavel, didn't face the hearing, didn't stick around for the public humiliation. I'm talking about Sheila Cherfilus-McCormick. She abruptly resigned from Congress just hours before a House Ethics Committee showdown that could have ended in total disgrace. Investigators say they found 25 violations of House rules and ethical standards. Federal prosecutors are accusing her of something even worse: stealing $5 million in disaster relief money and turning that cash into a luxury lifestyle. A Tesla, jewelry, designer clothes, high-end hotels, even a diamond ring. And now the question in Washington is simple. Did she resign to avoid accountability, or because accountability was finally coming anyway? See, this matters for every American watching, because the money at the center of these allegations wasn't monopoly money. It was federal disaster relief funding, taxpayer-backed money meant to help people in a crisis. Families struggling after emergencies don't see FEMA dollars as some Washington slush fund. They see it as lifeline money. So if those funds were redirected into campaign activity, luxury purchases, and personal indulgence, that's not just corruption. You know what that's called? It's called betrayal. And politically, this is another brutal reminder of what happens when the ruling class thinks the rules are for the little people and not for them. Republicans in the Trump era have been pushing accountability, transparency, and consequences, while Democrats keep getting caught with their hands in the cookie jar and then crying victim when the facts catch up. According to reports and statements from lawmakers like Anna Paulina Luna, expulsion was on the table. The votes were there. So the resignation doesn't read like courage. It reads like retreat. And for voters sick of elite protection rackets, that distinction matters. And speaking of elite games, the same people who rigged narratives in Washington use panic the exact same way on Wall Street. That's why I tell people to pay attention to what the big players do, not what they say. Noble Gold Investments understands that Wall Street doesn't lose money on sell-offs. You do. They create the panic, wait for you to dump your position out of fear, and scoop it up at a discount. The big banks are not selling their gold, they're buying yours. Every time the headlines scream, regular people sell. Every time regular people sell, the institutions are right there waiting with open hands. You built portfolio insurance for a reason. Don't let a red day hand it over to the people who caused it. Visit nextnewsgold.com. It's linked below. Visit now, and you could receive a free 10th ounce American Gold Eagle with your qualified purchase through Noble Gold Investments. Or just call that number, 877-646-5347, and tell them that Gary Franchi sent you. Now back to the story, because the timing of the resignation really just tells you everything. This is the part that they do not want to talk about. Resignation doesn't make the legal danger disappear. It just changes the arena. The House hearing may be off the calendar, but federal scrutiny is not. In fact, stepping down before lawmakers could move on expulsion may actually harden public suspicion that this was a last-second escape hatch. And while Cherfilus-McCormick has tried to frame the case as political intimidation, the paper trail alleged by investigators is really what now matters most. This is breaking news. Democrat Sheila Cherfilus-McCormick announcing her immediate resignation from Congress ahead of today's House Ethics Committee hearing. The committee found that she committed 25 violations of House rules and ethics standards, including breaking campaign finance laws. She's also facing federal criminal charges accusing her of stealing $5 million in coronavirus disaster relief funds and using the money to buy items such as a diamond ring. So after that resignation bomb dropped, the next question was simple. Was she about to be thrown out anyway? Anna Paulina Luna lays out the FEMA money trail from a Tesla to Tiffany's to cruise vacations. FAFO, according to Anna Paulina Luna, Sheila Cherfilus, I want to say frivolous, because that's really what she is, personally, a frivolous human being, will be expelled this week. Well, no, she's not getting expelled. She resigned in shame. Tesla, jewelry, designer clothes, luxury hotels, cruise vacation, under indictment. This is the news
Congresswoman Sheila Cherfilus-McCormick after the House Ethics Committee found her guilty of fraud. Now, she's accused of stealing $5 million from FEMA after a company she co-owns, Trinity Healthcare Services, received an overpayment of federal disaster funds back in 2021. Now, according to the indictment, she and her brother, quote, retained the $5 million that was mistakenly deposited with the intent to keep the stolen funds and convert the funds for their own use. It goes on to say she converted the money into illegal straw donor contributions, which she used to help her special election campaign. But listen to this. The money didn't just boost her campaign. It also bankrolled her luxurious lifestyle. The House Ethics Committee confirming she used some of the money to buy jewelry from Tiffany's, a Tesla, designer clothing, high-end hotels, and even a cruise. This was FEMA money, I remind you. Now, she also bought this, quote, fancy, vivid, yellow diamond ring. Look at that, which she showed off in her congressional headshot before editing it out after her indictment came out. You cannot make this up. Joining me now, the one leading the charge to expel her, Florida Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna. Congresswoman Luna, does she get expelled this week?
Yes, from everything that I've done behind the scenes, also too in coordination, Representative Stubbe is the one that filed that motion. We'll be calling it up. But the Democrats have said that they will be voting to expel her. I think all but a few Republicans will be voting to expel her. And so she's going bye-bye.
She's going bye-bye. And
she's going bye-bye. She left before that vote could take place. Report showed exactly why the expulsion push was moving. Now watch. Try to play victim, claiming the case against intimidation and race-based targeting. This is when she initially came out. She has resigned. This is her letter, and this is her excuse initially in November of 2025.
Your thoughts on the indictment, please?
Well, it's an unjust indictment, and it seems like these intimidation tactics have been pervasive. We spent all week seeing different members getting censured, all in hopes of intimidating and kind of distracting from the Epstein files. And I look forward to my day in court so I can prove myself and actually state the truth. But if this is what Congress is becoming, where they're always trying to intimidate you, scare tactics, especially attacking minorities, black and brown people, then we're going to have to keep fighting for the district. And everybody has been giving me so much support, and we're going to keep fighting until the district gets what it needs, which is fair prices, housing, and fair representation of Congress.
Did so thank you so improperly use the FEMA funds?
Yeah, we're looking forward to your day in court too, Sheila. After the denial tour, Republicans made clear they weren't buying it. Luna comes with the receipts on those ethics counts and a blunt message: resign or get expelled. This is what Anna Paulina Luna posted just before the resignation. Found guilty on 25 counts that she refuses to resign. Of course, she has now resigned, so she'll be expelled. Shouldn't take 3 years to investigate corruption. House ethics need complete overhaul. This is what she posted here.
All right, you see all of these? These are all the things that Sheila McCormick was found guilty on, specifically pertaining to her stealing of the $5 million of FEMA funds. And yes, tomorrow, because she refuses to resign after being found guilty on all of these charges, we are going to have to expel her. And yes, the votes are there. She's going bye-bye. In fact, the fact is if she gets a pension, that should go too. But we have to, and we are currently working on amending the House rules to get that done. But this stuff right here, this should not take 3 years to get done. House ethics needs a complete overhaul in how they conduct themselves in regards to the timelines that they're given, because we don't want corrupt members of Congress getting taxpayer dollars. We don't want them serving. We don't want to work with those people. And so tomorrow, Sheila, you're going bye-bye. As soon as the recommendation comes in from House Ethics, your colleagues, everyone, we're voting to expel you. So don't steal money.
We're voting to expel you. And then, of course, she resigns. So this is the takeaway for America. Under Republican control, the old habit of circulating the wagons for scandal-plagued Democrats is getting harder and harder to pull off. The Trump era in Washington has changed the atmosphere. Voters demanding consequences, and suddenly members who once acted untouchable are discovering the clock eventually runs out. Cherfilus-McCormick's resignation is not the end of the scandal. It's the moment the political shield cracked. If the allegations are proven in court, then this was not just an ethics mess. It was a case study in how power, identity politics, and establishment protection can be used to delay justice. It's exactly why Americans are done tolerating two systems, one for connected insiders and then one for everybody else. So here's where this stands tonight. A Democrat congresswoman is out. The ethics cloud did not vanish, and the legal storm may just be getting started. For years, Americans were told to ignore the corruption, trust the process, and move along. Well, not anymore. In President Trump's Washington, the public is demanding results, and the days of hiding behind titles, talking points, and victimhood narratives are getting shorter by the hour. If you believe public officials who abuse taxpayer dollars should face the full weight of the law, share this video right now and drop a comment and answer this simple yes or no question. Should members of Congress lose pensions if they resign under ethics and criminal clouds? Also text raw feed, those two words, to 844-840-4963 to beat the algorithm and get direct alerts from me to your phone. Make sure you check out the Next News merch shelf below this video. Stay loud, stay vigilant, and never stop fighting for the truth, accountability, and America first.
The system controls information. Information control is power.
They don't want you to see this.
The truth only survives together. They don't want this shared. Share this now. You know out.